So I moved and it is time to pack up my whole room. I do still currently live with my parents if you're new here, and they bought a new house and I'm still living with them. So I'm getting a new room, which is so exciting. But now we have to pack up literally everything in my room. So let's just get into everything that I had to pack up because I realized that I am a hoarder and I low-key have a lot of things to pack up. This took multiple days, but let's just get straight on into it. So here was the before state of my room. It was kind of messy because I was already anticipating like me moving, so I didn't really clean it. So it looks a little dirty, but let's not like hate on it. Let's not say anything. This is how it looks. So you have my closet, I have a desk, I have my bedroom set, which is a nightstand, a dresser, and my actual bed. And then I also have my actual bookshelf. So we're starting off with the bookshelf because it's kind of like the simplest thing to pack up, the first thing that I don't really need to have like urgently, but it was kind of sad to like see this go because this is like all of my favorite, I would say, like books and everything. It holds a lot of memories. Books hold memory. So the way I'm kind of packing is I'm not really using boxes, I'm using bags. It was honestly really easy to move because then I knew like what was in each bag. The only issue is when we get down the line into my packing journey, I did start using like black bags instead of like tote bags. So then it made it a little bit harder to like unpack everything. But I thought I was going to get rid of some books. I got rid of no books, I don't think, because I just did an unhaul a couple months. I don't know if it was like earlier this month. I don't remember when it was, but in a video I remember earlier this year, I did get rid of a couple of books. So that's why I didn't get rid of any of them, but I have collected some more books this year that I was gonna go on a no buy book ban. It hasn't worked out for me. I've kept buying books. So I need to stop that and bring down all of my my physical TBR because I don't need all of these books, and a lot of them I just don't want to read. So maybe I just need to get rid of them too. We'll see. But getting rid of all these books was kind of so tragic, guys. It was so sad because I just felt like, my books are gone. So I do have a lot of books from the library. I put that in a separate tote that I will be like carrying with me because I wanted to make sure like I didn't lose them because they're not my books. The only issue is I didn't read any of these books, so I just like returned them eventually. But yeah, I try to keep them close by just so that I could keep them in case I needed to like return them. And then I used a Home Goods bag. If you guys didn't know, I do work at Home Goods part-time. This is not my only job, even though I make no money from this yet. Anyways, I packed up everything in this Home Goods bag. It came in really handy. It was very clutch because it holds a lot of stuff and like the quality of it is actually really nice. So I bought a couple of these to like pack things up as well. And it actually fit a lot of my books. Like I think I technically only had, I want to say 2 bags, like this bag and then another tote bag of books, which is not too bad, I think. I don't know. Well, I'm just yapping at this point, but I don't think it's that bad. I think that's what I'm telling myself. But yeah, this tote bag, I think is from TJ Maxx. Can you tell I love TJ Maxx companies? But yeah, I packed most of like my more structured books. I don't know, kind of like hardcovers, my box sets, things like that. And then kind of like some of my faves. So you have the Stalking Jack the Ripper series. I love that series with my whole heart. I think about those characters all the time. And then I think I put the Shatter Me series also in here because I love the Shatter Me series. But yeah, I'm really happy to have only had 2 bags of books, and we need to keep it that way. And it's time to say goodbye to this bookshelf. Honestly, it was really easy to move. I got this from Amazon. I'll leave the link for everything that I'd mentioned down below. Next, we were packing my shoes. I realized that I also have a lot of shoes. I want to become a minimalist, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon because I find a reason to keep everything. So if you have tips on how to get rid of stuff, let me know. I actually genuinely wear all of this stuff, guys. This is not shoes. This is just under my bed. I had these organizers from IKEA from my old bed, and I kept some clothes and some shoes. And then I'm using like these black bags to just throw in like sweaters and sweatshirts, just things that like I'm not gonna worry too much about like them getting damaged or anything like that, because in the move I don't know, I feel like it was just easier to not worry about what I'm throwing around. And here are some more shoes. I have this organizer in my closet and it came in really nicely. And here's my closet all packed up. I decided to put trash bags all over my clothes. Update, it was very easy to move with my clothes like in trash bags, and it was easier to like hang everything. Here's how my room is looking. A hot mess. I literally couldn't even walk really in my room. And you guys know that I like having an organized room, so this was kind of driving me a little bit insane. But then I started packing up all my clothes from my dresser. The closet honestly didn't take that long. The dresser took way longer, and I used these blue bags. I think my parents got them from like Home Depot. They were on sale for like $6, and they come in a pack of 4. So this also came in really like, they worked like a dream because I packed up a lot of clothes. Like I think this might have been some of the clothes, like my like fresh laundry that I had, and I pretty much packed like, I could pack 2 drawers worth of stuff in one of these blue bags. So they're really nice and they came in really handy. Okay, so I'm packing the last one of my like blue bags with clothes. This again made it very easy to like move things because I just threw this in the back of my car and then like moved it to the new house. So highly recommend these. So if you find these at Home Depot, definitely get them. Okay, then I packed an essentials bag. I got this tote bag from Home Goods, and one of my coworkers actually told me like it's smart to have like an essentials bag of like everything that you're going to use for that week. So that's exactly what I did. I put like socks, underwear, the gym clothes I was going to wear, and then like deodorant and like toiletries and things like that. And this bag is so nice, so like heavy duty and big, and it like carries a lot of stuff. Then I'm taking down my decor. I got all these frames from Walmart, I think, and I painted them gold. This, honestly, taking down the decor was like me actually realizing that, oh, like I'm actually moving out of this. If you didn't know, this is actually like my childhood bedroom. I've lived in this house and in this room like my whole life, like all the way from elementary through high school. So it's really crazy to like be packing everything. So then I'm packing my junk drawer. Honestly, it had everything that I kind of use. Like it had like some beauty products, some random knickknacks that I don't really use. But honestly, I opened this drawer a lot and I had like hobbies stuff, like some craft stuff that I had in there. So I actually did use this. It just happened to be like the drawer that I didn't use for clothes. So it ended up getting full with like other things. So definitely in the new house, I don't want to have a junk drawer. But now we're packing up my desk. This definitely took the longest because I have so many things on my desk. I dread having to put everything back in there because honestly, I mean, I guess it'll be an opportunity to like reorganize it, but this took so long to like take everything out because I don't realize how many things I have. That's why I love this desk. I got it from IKEA. It has a bunch of like storage. My old desk did not have as much storage, so that I was like hassling to like keep everything organized. So I feel like now I can keep things organized like in the drawers, but they get dirty. I guess more like disorganized though, because you know, you guys don't really see inside my drawers. So as long as everything outside looks fine, then the drawers can be dirty. I have so many notebooks, but I use all of them. So I feel like I just always have an excuse to like keeping everything in general. I feel like if I was to like repack everything, I wish, well, no, I use bags again, which honestly made it easier, and they're actually cheaper than boxes. I never realized how expensive boxes are, especially when moving. So I feel like we only, like as a family, used boxes for the big items like the kitchen and things like that. So for my room, I just use like tote bags or like the home goods bags, or if you get like Aldi's bags, those really help with the move. If I was to redo this, I think I would probably declutter things first. I feel like I definitely threw things out, but it wasn't as much as I would have liked. Personally, I got rid of a lot of pens because I have a lot of like replicas, but I donated them. I didn't throw them out because let's not be wasteful. So like those pens right there, the Papermate Ink Joy, I have doubles. I don't know how that's even possible. And the big Jello City pens, I also have doubles of those. So I just ended up like donating them and giving them to like nonprofit organizations and stuff so they can use them in their office. Because I don't understand how I had so many pens. I truly don't. This is my hobbies drawer, so I don't understand why I had like a junk drawer with hobby stuff. Maybe it just overflowed. I think eventually I would love to have like a hobby, like, I don't know, closet or like case or something. But obviously that wouldn't happen. And anytime soon, like that would have to be like when I live on my own. Which I feel like with this whole moving process, I've been thinking about like moving out, which is crazy because I don't have too much of college left. So eventually I would have to get my own apartment, but that's very, very far in the future. Let me not get ahead of myself while I pack. But I feel like packing up my desk was like a very large task because I have so many things. Look at this drawer. Look at this drawer. There's so many things, like so many sticky notes, so many random things. But the crazy part is I actually use most of this stuff. Like I don't think I got rid of anything from here. So that was kind of crazy of me personally. To keep everything, I definitely in the future for my desk, I would like to assign one drawer, like every drawer to have a specific thing. And I try to do that with this one, but I feel like it didn't really work out. Like I feel like it still got disorganized. So I would like in the future to keep each drawer, have one thing for like each section. Like one is my hobby, so I can keep all my markers and like all my stickers and all that stuff. Or I keep all like the utensils or like pens and stuff. The last thing was actually packing up all of my makeup, which I feel like was when the realization that I'm actually moving synced in, because it was like the last and final thing. And I don't know, I had to like separate what makeup I'm gonna use like on an everyday basis versus like my full glam type of situation. So it was kind of crazy, but I did end up like, I don't even know, separating the makeup somehow. So I couldn't find my makeup for the longest time. So I definitely don't recommend doing that. I think if I was to give you one tip for moving is to maybe label everything, or I don't know, just keep everything like one room, pack up one room and like label everything, and then from there move forward. But that is kind of everything. Everything is packed up, but no one really prepares you for the goodbye. This is in fact my childhood bedroom, as I said. So this house holds a lot of memories, and I started my YouTube channel in this room, and I am just, it's just crazy to be saying goodbye. So I'm so grateful for you guys to be following me with this journey of moving, and I'm super excited to see how the new bedroom turns out. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss one of my videos. And it is time for the next chapter. I'll see you guys next Sunday. Bye, angels.